Hello everyone, welcome to another video. So this is going to be our first session of learning Linux. So first of all, what is Linux? Well, Linux is, it could be a language and it's also an operating system. Operating system like Windows, operating system like Mac, and it's and all the Android users actually use Linux. And Linux is so popular. I cannot tell you enough. There's 7 billion machines and the need of Linux is so much. So you have, let's say people say, "Oh, Linux is dead." Whoever says that, they don't know anything about computers. General anything. Linux is everywhere. When you connect to your, so this is you. You connect to your Netflix. That Netflix is backed up by a data service which is being controlled by Linux, and people need to learn Linux, which your username and information's inside of that Linux, and it's being controlled by that Linux. And Linux is so important. So there's different type of Linux operating system. There's Ubuntu, there's Kali, there is CentOS, but you can go with any of you like. And I just installed this, so this is brand new, like not even like 2 minutes ago I installed it. But let's see, I can show you guys some stuff. So why is Linux important? Platform to run this one. This is not the main thing, but it's, yeah, and it's open source, so it's free. Unlike Microsoft or Mac, it's a large community. Everyone, basically, there's so many people that use it, and the security, it's amazing. Everyone uses Linux. So what you can do is go Linux online terminal. This is the ways that you can get Linux, and you can just go, basically just type. But I don't like this, it's not that good. I don't like that. Putty. But what you can do is just go to install there's different types of VMware, and what VMware is in computer inside your computer. So for example, I have all of these computers inside of my computer. I can fire up, for example, Windows 10. I have two Windows 10. I have two Kali machines that I can fire up, which is inside of my computer. And you can go, say, install VMware workstation, and you can go download the VMware workstation. Hopefully it's this one. Nope, it's not this one, because this version 3, the one I'm using, actually my school's paying for it, so you have to pay. But this one is the free version. You can just go download now. What it does, he installs it, then you can just go open. Now with any operating system that you want, there's, like I said, there's tons. So how many Linux operating system are there? There are these ones are these 1, 2, 3, and 4. This 4 is like the most popular one, but as you see, there's 600 operating system for Linux, so it's up to you which one you want to use. Oh, this one looks pretty good, but my recommendation is go either with Ubuntu or CentOS. So go on, fire up Ubuntu, just search on Ubuntu after you got your VMware, and you can go to community. It should be somewhere down, downloads, get Ubuntu desktop, download Ubuntu, download, and you can just download it and install Ubuntu desktop. Whatever, you will figure it out. And then once you come here, after, you just go file, you make a new virtual machine, you go typical, you get the image from your Ubuntu that you install, you go next, you set username and password, and then you will literally come here. So go ahead and fire up your Ubuntu, and this is, like I said, the first time I installed this, so everything is new, as you can see. So Ubuntu comes with all this stuff that basically Linux has. It comes with Discord, comes with Visual Studio, PyCharm, and yeah, If this video wasn't here, I would have installed Brave and PyCharm actually, but we can install it later. Okay, so yeah, this is Ubuntu. It's a pretty good program, but now let's go back. When you're trying to become a Linux admin or trying to go to servers, you don't have these options. For example, you don't have the option to like click on this and open a right click and say new folder. You don't have that option. You just have this. If you right click on the screen and say open terminal, this is what you will see. You will just see a screen like this. So what I recommend, go click on this and say full screen. Now you are in the full screen of your Linux. So notice that I'm inside of Mohammed. We want to go inside of root. So the first thing first we're going to do is we're going to put this command. We're going to say su space dash root and dash root, sorry. Now it's going to ask for a password. In here I'm going to say give my password, and you notice that it's not going to work. It's going to say authentication failed. So basically we're going to hack into it. So we're going to use this. We're going to say now sudo su space dash root. Now it's going to ask for my password. Now I put it. Now you see our username changed from Mohammed to root Mohammed. Now I'm inside of Mohammed, so I have all the powers. And to clean your screen, let's say you have this, you want to clear, and you can go clear. But let's say you have a lot of stuff and you don't want to delete your command. Let's say you're typing but you want to clear it so you won't be confused. You can go Control L and you'll delete it. And let's say you type something, you want to start basically go and start again, you can go Control C, stops it, and then you can go Control C like this and Control L, then you can delete it. Okay, so let's learn some basic Linux command. I talked too much about what is Linux. So the first command that we're going to learn about Linux, it's going to be ls. It shows what you have inside of your operating system, shows what you have inside your system. And there's different things. So there is ls-l, which does a long listing. There is ls-la, which does a long listing of hidden files and non-hidden files. There is ls-a, which just shows hidden files. There is ls-lt, which shows again everything with long listing. There's tons of ls that you can see inside your computer. Now, how do you remember all of this? Well, you don't need to remember it. There's a command name man, and man stands for manual pages. So let's say you want to know different types of ls, so you can go man space ls, and there's a tons you can go. So you can use ls-a, like I said. You can use ls-capital A, you can use ls-b, you can use ls-c. There's all of these things that you can use, all of this. And you can also manual page the manual page. So you can do a fast word like basically like Google with man dash k. You can do man dash l, you can do man dash l. There's so many stuff that you can do with your Linux. So now we know that. Well, how do we create a file? Let's say a folder. Well, to create a folder, we're going to use this command name mkdir, and let's say I'm going to create a folder named Mohammed. So now I created a folder, and now I want to see if I created that folder to see if it's there or not. So I can go ls and see it's there. So that means I created it. Now I want to go inside of that folder. I'm not inside of it, I'm inside of my home page. I can use this command name cd space, I'm gonna say Mohammed, and you can go moham, tab completion. You will tab the whole thing. You press enter. Now you see we change from machines to now machine/Mohammed. That means I'm inside of Mohammed. And if I go ls, it doesn't show anything. It's because inside of Mohammed there's nothing. So I'm gonna create another folder inside of Mohammed. I'm gonna call it Mohammed 2. Now I'll go ls to check. Now we have it. So I'm gonna go inside of Mohammed 2 again, and there's still nothing. Now let's say you want to go back. You can't go back all the time, every time once on one. You put this command cd, takes you all the way back to Mohammed 2 to the home page. Now let's go back inside of Mohammed. Now inside of Mohammed 2. Now what if you want to go back to Mohammed? You don't want to go back to the home page. You have to go cd space dot dot. Takes you one back to the parent. Now I'm inside of Muhammad. Now I can go cd, go back again. So yeah, now I go ls. Let's say I want to delete this file now. This folder has, I can use this command rmdir and Muhammad, but it's not gonna work. You know why? Because our file is not empty. Remember, because we created inside of Muhammad, we created inside of Muhammad too. So I can just use rm. In this case, I have to use rm space rf. Then I can go Muhammad tab completion, press enter. Now Muhammad is gone. But let's say I create an empty file, say Muhammad again. Now I go ls, I can go rmdir Muhammad, and I can delete it now. So these are the commands that you learned so far. Now let's say you want to create a txt file. Now what is a txt file? If you type in notepad on your Windows, this is called a txt file. It's a notepad file. You can use this command name touch, and you can say Muhammad. Every time I spell Muhammad wrong. That's a good thing. Let's say you spell Muhammad wrong, you go ls, you want it to be spelled the proper way. So you can use this command. You can go mv mo whatever to Muhammad. Now if I go ls, he fixed it. So mv. Also, what mv does? So I'm gonna create a folder now. So I'm gonna go create a folder named Momo. Now I had created a folder named Momo, and I want to put this txt file inside of our Momo folder. So I'm going to use this again. I'm going to say mv Muhammad inside of Momo. Now if I go ls, Muhammad is no longer there. But now if I go inside of Momo, if I go ls, Muhammad is there. Now let's say I want to know what's inside of Muhammad since it's a txt file. I can use this command named cat. Cat sees what is inside it. You know how cat goes inside of Windows, basically it's the same thing. So I can go cat Muhammad. Now doesn't show anything because it's empty. So let's put something inside of Muhammad. Now I can use this command named nano. I can say nano Muhammad, and now I can say hello, welcome to the first video of Linux. I have so many spelling mistakes. And I can go Control X, yes, and save. Now if I go again cat Muhammad, see, now there's some stuff in it. So I can go back, and I don't want to confuse myself, so now I'm going to delete it. So I'm going to go rmf, now ls, now it's delete. So this is it for the first video. Super simple commands. Slow the video down. I talk a bit too fast, but slow the video down, practice some, and make sure you know it. And thank you for watching. You have a nice day.